Yo, welcome everyone to today's video. Well, today we're gonna discuss about how much does it cost to upkeep a rally account per month. Since last time, let's say the video of how much from zero to max an account costs, you guys were pretty interested. So I thought now it is time to discuss this because a lot of people underestimate it. They buy a rally lead account, a Titan account, and then they underestimate how much it really costs to upkeep such an account. And I think this will be a very interesting video. Plus, 3v3 is recruiting right next to in the game. If you have T5 and are active, go check it out. And without further ado, now let's jump into the video. Before we jump into the video, over 60% of you haven't subscribed. I would appreciate if you press the sub button if you like such kind of videos, right? I try to do a lot more of those informational videos. I think everyone, loves these. And now we're gonna talk about the question how much to upkeep a max account per month. Again, I made the spreadsheet, link is in the first description. Go check it out if you want to have more info how I calculated things and so on. So for how much an upkeep, or how much does it cost, I included, let's say, 4 points: player rallies, Wonder War, Baron, and KVK. And I added here some things. I will go to them through later once we covered all of the things, let's say. So for player rallies, so in general, let's say all of or most of those calculations are also sometimes very roughly, because I mean it's hard to estimate how active a player is. Sometimes 1 month he's more active, sometimes less. But for this time, I estimated that you can do 1 bunny per day, and 1 month about 30 days, so he can do 30 bunnies per day. And here I assume that every single bunny rally will be capped. So considering 1 bunny, right, costs 8 chaos score, 128k gems, and which is about, if you go to a gem dealer, so assume $10 per 100k, $12.63 for a bunny. 30 days, this would make $384.75 just worth of bunnies, without adding troops, without adding anything. Of course, I'm aware that most of these players have a lot of gems, and through, like, let's say, so most of those Titans don't buy gems for chaos cores. They get the gems when they upgrade their gear, for example, buy artifacts, buy Astralite, then they get packs with a lot of gems, and they will use the gems usually also for this. Some of them, of course, buy them as well. Okay, if we now consider troops, let's say, right, I said, okay, you need at least to build 675k T5, otherwise you can't do 60%, 40% T5, T4 rallies. Is about $43 worth of T5 speed ups, $18 worth of Lunite. And of course, you also need to build T4 buffers. Here, I only wrote 150k. Of course, you also need this time 3, but for the sake, it doesn't really matter. Because in the end, if you do 30 rallies, you will use, so I mean, this is a one-time cost, let's say, and the T4s which will be lost would be 4.5 million, which is quite some T4 if they get all capped. It costs about $60 Lunite for healing. Gems, you need to buy 1.3 million, which would be about $132 worth of troops, plus $40 bank to rebuild 4.5 million. So banks, I always did it a rough calculation, right? Of course, first of all, this does not sound too much. I considered here also 670% worth of train speed. Of course, I'm not so sure what is the max, what is, if you have lower, yeah, might cost more or less. Depends, of course, on the account. But of course, as I mentioned before, right, sometimes you do more rallies, sometimes you don't get capped, sometimes you get capped 3 times a day. Like, it is hard to estimate. But first of all, this does not sound crazy expensive if you consider it per month, but of course, for the crazy stuff will come up later. A regular lead, it was tougher to estimate, but I asked some, regular, let's say, rally leads, 5-piece champ, And they said that they need about 7 million gems worth of gems per month. Covers, troops, covers, reloads, black wings, whatever, right? So overall, yeah, quite some money. It's already $820 of a rally that he used, and this is without KVK, right? Without, yeah, but it includes joining, I think, also Wonder Wars worth of T4, of course. T5 would be then extra. But this is, of course, also if you're highly active. Now, if we go to the Wonder War, I did an estimation that would most probably not be true, but I didn't know how to other calculate it. So I did not include any kind of troops here that the rally leader loses, because ideally the rally leader sends the troops who are sitting in the back, which are not getting attacked. But of course, you're gonna change formation, you're gonna get black winged. All these things combined lead in the end that you also lose troops, and usually you send full T5, for example. So it is also expensive, right? And yeah, I considered here also, such kind of leads use Blackwing, they use Frostwing, they use Queen Bee, right? And yeah, I assumed 4 balls per month, which is about 12 Blackwings, 4 Frostwings, 12 Queen Bees, just a rough. This is based on Deep Cyclone, what he usually uses. And this is quite some gems and quite some money already. Here you can see, right, gem dealer, it's about, yeah, close to $200. Yeah, for the next part, of course, we have Baron. So again, it is so tough to estimate, but I really try my best. So please let me know if I make mistakes. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. I'm open with it. This is just a try to make it clear how expensive it is. It doesn't necessarily apply to you. If you're less active in rallies, then you lose less troops. If you're less active in Baron, you lose less troops, less money. Yeah. But for a solo Baron, I estimate once, let's say, a cheaper Baron and a tough Baron. So so this is a little bit based on Bevere. He also made a spreadsheet about T5 cost, Lunite cost, a calculator. If you want me to publish this as well, let me also know in the comments if you are interested in it. I can make a separate video about the spreadsheet. Yeah, would be nice as well, I think. So for 9 million gems, you need about 1.3 billion. I think it's billion. It should be billion, not million. Lunite. I need to recalculate this, I think. And the Lunite cost would be about $223. T5 costs $630. Gems needed for T4 also about 9 million. $240 with $40 resource cost. Also just estimated. For one event, for 4 hours. you know, I mean, this is over $1,000 just for 4 hours, and you're not even guaranteed to win. Right, and like for tough Baron, it's even more. So yeah, you can already see it doesn't sound as crazy as from 0 to max, right? But it's still crazy, right? To think about that someone spends that much in order to compete to an event for a jewel, which he does not get guaranteed. Anyway, I did include here as well wing boots, considering that you can only buy, let's say, the $20 pack with 15 75s. Bevere told me in a very, 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 very tough Baron, you need about 1,075s if you're a good player. It is about $1,000. Of course, a lot of these players have these already because they buy from time to time, but I mean, you can't really say, okay, just because he bought it 20 times in the past year that it's not $1,000, right? Anyway, but also 20 times $20 is not 1,000 anyway. Also, 2 banks for healing also necessary. You also of course need to buy the resources in case you do not have any bots yourself. We should not say bots in any case. Anyway, Rally Baron, a little bit cheaper, but of course you need a reasonable troop composition. I assumed here about 5 million overall, 9 million T4. Wait, this is triggering me. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Wait, sorry. It triggers me. Sorry, I need to 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And also 9 million T4 just to have a solid comp. Of course, you might not need all of these troops, but of course you need some kind of basis that you can work on, because you most probably will send also full T5 and do not bother about the T4. Anyway, it also adds up. You also need those troops to have. Yeah. KVK. KVK you can play differently. Here I take the example of soloing down front lines. Is about $500. Of course, it can be less, can be more. You can also lose a lot in rallies. You can lose a lot if you attack a lot of solo traps. It's dependent on 4-way KVK, solo one-way KVK, 3-way KVK. But let's assume you're a heavy active player. Yeah, might be reasonable. Of course, it can be less. A lot of these titans do not really play actually KVK a lot because it's expensive. So they maybe do some rallies and then that's it. All right. Overall, Titans account spent about a medium Titan solo baron, $3,478. Tougher solo baron, about $4,000. Rally baron, in total about $2,000. Regular lead, yeah, as I said before, $800, maybe to $1,300, in the range of that. And this is without any gear upgrade, any update that's coming out, any kind of improvement of the account, right? So this shows like having, like if you buy a low might lead, if you buy a lead account in general and spend, I don't know, $5,000, let's say $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 for a lead account. I'm not so sure how much they cost nowadays. But it's not done with that. You have to spend way more. And yeah, this you can see here. Let me know what you think about this spreadsheet. Of course, it's a bit more rough. So it's not about too much accurate, because it always depends on the person playing the account. But I think it gives you an idea. Also, yeah, Cyclone says me it sounds reasonable. So, but maybe you have a different opinion. Guys, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to smash the sub button if you want to see more of such kind of videos. And without further ado, till next time.